What's going on, good people? It's ironic that I'm coming up with this video because I had a brother send me a video yesterday, and I was already in this mindset. But when he sent the video, it prompted me to really think about what I'm about to say. Um, Resets, how to reset ourselves, reset our energy, reset our space. Too often we go through our day to day. We kind of robotic about it. We just keep moving. Whatever's going on, um, whatever we're used to doing, we just do. We don't. There's no real rhyme or reason. Um, there's a purpose. Usually, the end game is finances or taking care of someone else, whether that's physically or mentally. Obviously, our jobs, trying to maintain your position and do the work that you're being paid for, or if you have your own business, trying to maintain your own business, things of that nature. But what we don't do is we don't take time to reset. So well, let's just go with our cell phones. Sometimes your cell phones will be running applications in the background, and it starts to make your phone sluggish. Applications don't open or close properly. Just things start happening. So manufacturers suggest that you hit the reset. Just kind of turn it off, shut it down for a few, and then start it up again. Well, we have to think of ourselves in that capacity sometimes. There's oftentimes we have such responsibility that we get blinded to taking care of ourselves. We get blinded to what it means to just breathe, just stop and breathe. And that breathing could be physical breathing. I mean, we're literally just stopping and just taking a couple of deep breaths, inhaling, exhaling, can help. And sometimes that breathe means you just need to be away from everything and anything. And not everything that you're getting away from is worrisome or troublesome. It could be good things, but you just need a release. You need a reset. I think it's important that we do that. We have to learn that because something has been part of your life, part of your daily makeup, doesn't mean it's good for you. Doesn't mean you have to have it anymore. We change. We evolve. And part of that evolution may require us to just stop everything that's going on and kind of put things in its proper place. I was talking to someone the other day, and I put it in terms of a computer, and I don't see it happening anymore, but I'm a little old, so I remember when you had to defrag your computer. You had to kind of set a program, and I'll give a brief explanation of what I'm talking about. Like, you have a grid, and the grid has 100 spaces, and when you load up an application, it starts taking up space in order that the space is available. Then you add another program to that, and maybe that second program is going to use a few files from the first program that you loaded to run itself. So it leaves out its own files, in turn leaving empty spaces where it's plotted. And then you add a third program, and it does the same thing. It'll use bits of the program from the other two programs, leaving, for other two applications, leaving more blank spaces. And you do this over and over and over again, and before you know it, you have a lot of blank spaces. So as the computer would run, it would try to figure out how, excuse the shaky phone, but believe it or not, that was from the building shaking. I don't know what that's about. But it would cause the computer to run a little more sluggishly. Applications not open quickly as they were at one time. Tell you you're out of memory, things like that. So you did what was called a defrag, which took all the applications and kind of lined them up properly, and taking those empty spaces and removing them not necessarily deleting them, but moving them, say, to the end, so there was a smoother flow of applications running, and it worked. It allowed it to be refreshed, reset, so now it was acting more like the computer you first started with. Hope that analogy made sense. But yeah, we have to take time to reset, regroup, um, and get with ourselves, get within ourselves, and figure out where things go, where they sit in your life, what things need to go, and how to get rid of them. And I'll also say that some of us, me included, have to learn to recognize the moment we're the problem and we need to reset. Sometimes we need to step back from others because we can see when people are hurting. We can see when they need space, they need time, and we don't always have the answers. We're not always the answer. We have to learn to step away and give them breathing room. I think that's all I have on this right now. I hope it makes some sense to someone. And as always, comment please. I'd like to hear what you have to say. Peace and blessings, family.